watching Ricardo Costa, and in this video we are going to look at the background eraser tool to learn easily to remove a background of your image. So the background eraser tool is very useful when you're trying to cut out a photo, especially for haircuts. I have already my photo open. If you want to do this tutorial with this image, the link for this image is on the video description. So what we are going to do here is to take this photograph here and we're going to remove this dark orange background. And then we are going to be able to put in a background color of our choice, or even we can add another photo below it. But in the end, the woman will be on transparent background, okay? And to start that, we have our layer here, which is a background layer that is locked. We can double click this and call this woman background. No, I can let only woman, okay, because at the end will be cut it out. And then here on our layer palette, we have this little bar here, and we will create a new layer. So we just need to create here. Okay, now we are seeing our new layer. We will drag it down underneath our woman layer, and we here on our paint bucket we will select our foreground color and select a bright color, for example a nice yellow color. It doesn't matter how color it is, as long as it's nice and bright, because when we remove this background we will start seeing our yellow. Okay, so what I've done, it was with my layer selected, I just click on the bucket, select the color and click here. Okay, we will rename it here for yellow background. Okay, and now I will set visible again my woman layer and select it. So now we are going to our eraser tool and we'll click and then select the background eraser tool. Okay, you can hold Control Option and drag it right or left in order to decrease or increase our brush size, or even you can set right click and it will open this model with this information where you can set the size, the hardness and spacing and other properties. Okay, so here on top you got a few different settings here. So for this one you want to the middle one, so sampling this once, because our background is pretty much one color, as you can see here, or very close to it. When we sample this color we want to remove only this color. Okay, so we don't want to remove any of the skin tones or red dress or anything else. We just want to sample this orange background and remove this single color. You can select also some other option like contiguous sampling, that will continuous sampling from wherever you select, but that will cut out the photo here and we don't want it now. We just want to literally take out the background. So let's select sampling once. Okay, limits contiguous, that's okay, and protect foreground color thick selected, and the tolerance, okay, this might be that may need a little bit of experimenting depending of the size and the colors of your image. So what the tolerance is, for example, if it's 5, it's much more strict in what it cuts out. What part of the image it removes. If your tolerance is set very high, for example 80%, it will remove the background, but it may also remove parts of the image. Okay, to show you what it does, if you select our tolerance as 5, okay, so I will put it here 5, and we'll click anywhere and start doing something, this color, you'll see that it removes this and the yellow background shows on. Okay, but there's still quite a lot of orange left that isn't removed in fact. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't do a very good job. Okay, so I will command Z to undo this one, and for example, let's go to adjust the tolerance again and put it, for example, 80%. So let's set click again on the orange and start click and drag, and as you can see, now it's too high, and it actually tries to remove parts of the image, so a little bit of the arm, the hand, and we also don't want it. So let's set this, for example, maybe 40%. And this may take a little bit of trial and error just to find the right tolerance depending of your image. But once you get the tolerance right, you can left click on the orange or your background color and just drag holding the left click down. So let's doing this. Okay, so this steals paint here a little bit, so I will try to put it 30% and start. Okay, and now as you can see, it's doing a very good job, or a better job than the others. Okay. Okay, and you can see that over here it doesn't select so much bright as here on top, but then you can rearrange that. Okay, but yeah, I think this tool is doing a pretty work on this one. Since I'm doing this for the tutorial, and I'm doing this with not so much detail. Okay, but if I zoom in, you can see that he is doing actually a good job. Okay, so see, and now you can select, for example, the eraser tool, push the size and delete the rest of the image. Okay, so like this. For instance, let me put the hardness a little bit down. And here what I suggest is to click again on Magic Eraser tool so that you will get darker points. Okay, that will help you. You need to take careful here. Okay, but yeah, now you see that the image, it's much more well carried out. Okay, so now that we have our image cutted, okay, of course you need to, with the standard eraser tool, you need then to adjust these little details. Okay, but I will not take so much time on this. And now you select, for example, your yellow background. You can press Command U so that you have to open the hue and saturation dialog, and you can change your background to the color you want. Okay, yeah, and also if you want to, you can put an image below it. So I will drag here some image that I've already downloaded, and let's see if it makes good here. So I just drag it in as a smart object. I will scale it, so click on the corner, on the top one of the corners, and holding Option, so it scale proportionally in all the directions. Okay, let me zoom out, place it, and then with my move tool I will put it a little bit here. Okay, and as you can see, you have here the composition with one image underneath your woman. And that's it. Now you know how you can use the background eraser tool in Adobe Photoshop to make these interesting cuts. And if you have questions, feel free to leave any question or comments below, like this video. And if you enjoyed it, so don't forget to subscribe to be updated for more tutorials.